Hey DIYers, and welcome to episode number 3 in the Help Me series. I have a young learner, somebody that's extremely green but is just kind of diving into HTML and CSS. He asked us a question that, initially I was like, really? Really? That's pretty simple, but then I thought back on my career a bit, and to be honest, I didn't really use them properly for a while. Um, Not that I tried to use them incorrectly per se, I just tried to use IDs for everything, which is not the way to do it. Um, so, I'm going to dive in really quickly here and just kind of give a brief overview of the difference between classes and IDs. I know, this is fun. We're talking about really fun, simple, new stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this unnecessary crap out of my boilerplate here. So say a UL. So we got another UL. We'll throw a couple of LIs in here. So we'll put class, list item. We'll do ID, list. So the base premise of IDs and classes is with class, you can have multiples of that exact name. So I can have another LI that has list item. And another. And another. But what I cannot do is I cannot create another UL that is called UL with an ID of list. This would not work correctly. Some of the modern browsers are doing a little bit better with it, but it is not semantic. So let's just, for fun, let's go ahead and throw an anchor tag, href of nothing. We'll call it link 1. All right. Okay. Link 2, link 3, link 4. All right. So then let's do the same thing here. This would not work. In theory, I mean, most modern browsers can handle it. With the CSS side and the scripting side, it can handle most stuff, but you're going to get weirdness. You're going to get it, and it's just not semantic. It's not the way it's meant to be. IDs are single use, classes are multi-use. That's the base level. Now, I mean, if you want to get into some of the things that I do from a developer standpoint and how the theories that I've kind of come to embrace is, your classes are for styling, your IDs are for scripting. That's, I kind of started to go down that path, and then I backed off of it, and then the team I'm part of now, they kind of embraced that theory, and I'm kind of back on it. I think it's a good solution. So what I would say is, if you're looking at going with a theory, a good theory is when you're styling something, use a class. When you're not, use an ID. It's a great, simple methodology to work with, and it's easy to know, like, okay, this ID has nothing to do with CSS. This ID is strictly JavaScript, so I can go figure this out. It's a lot simpler, it's a lot more straightforward, and there's less, you can do a lot more with the CSS without getting so specific with an ID. It just makes your CSS more flexible, and we'll talk more about that when we actually talk about Sass and making things work the way we want them to. So that's it. Pretty simple, short clip. I hope this helped any new beginners. Most seasoned veterans probably know this. If you didn't, hey, awesome. I'm glad you learned something. But definitely want to help anybody I can help, no matter what the skill level is. You guys have a question, feel free to ask. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on my email, jason@techidiy.com. You can hit me up on the Help Me page, which is techidiy.com/help-me. And, any other route you can think of, Facebook, comment on one of these posts, any of my posts, any of my videos. That's, I will help you as best I can. I hope this was helpful. As always, thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please hit subscribe and like. Take care, DIYers.